Hi guys! Okay, so today I'll be filming my official nose vlog, frequently asked questions / story video, if that's not a long enough title for you. I'm kind of reluctant to post this video, as I am for most videos, because when I post this video, people I know, people from school, people are going to judge me for what I post on the internet. And I just want to let you know that I am here for you, for your questions or whatnot, so that you don't have to go through the same thing that I'm going through. Because every single time I post a video, I hear about it, and there's no getting away from it, but I really don't care what people think. So I'm making this video for you. If you guys don't know, I've been making nose vlog videos, so if you're new, go check those out, I guess, because I got a rhinoseptoplasty. And most of you guys have been wanting to know the story, and I told you I was going to tell you a story, and I was waiting and waiting, and the reason why I was waiting is because I wanted to be able to tell you all of my experiences that I've experienced thus far, and it's been about almost 2 months. Almost. In about 5 days it'll be 2 months. I feel like this is a good time to film this video because I've gone through everything pretty much, and now it's just a waiting game for the final year mark of next March 2014, to have the official what my nose will look like for the rest of my life video. But let's go ahead and get started with telling you my story on why I got my rhinoseptoplasty. When I was 8 years old, I was in a summer camp and I tried to balance on a basketball. Now obviously you cannot balance on a basketball because of a thing called gravity. So I went falling to the ground, didn't catch myself or anything, face first, broke several teeth into my lip, nose bloody, just blood everywhere, crying, and I was a hot mess. So go to doctors and everything. Doctors think my mother beat me, and of course she didn't. And they were looking at my lip though, because my lip had a huge hole in it, and they were thinking I need stitches and whatnot. And it was just awful. None of them even bothered to look at my nose to realize, did this girl break her nose if she fell off the basketball, since that seems like the first thing you would hit? Well, I had broken my nose. And of course I'd never had a broken bone, so I didn't know I broke it. And as I grew older, I noticed my nose hurt, and that, it was bothering me, but I didn't think anything of it. I thought, I fell on my face, your nose is gonna hurt. Well, about 15 years old is when I started noticing a distinctive line on my nose. And you could see when I kind of crinkled or when I laughed or something, and people started noticing too. And they'd start asking me, did you break your nose? What's wrong with your nose? Is your nose crooked? Which is kind of embarrassing, because then I have to tell them this embarrassing story about how I fell off a basketball, and it's humiliating. I was a kid. I didn't know any better. I'm sorry. And another thing though is I couldn't breathe. So I'd be running and stuff, and I just could not run. I couldn't breathe. We were in soccer class, and I'm one of the tallest girls in this class. And I'd be falling behind, just breathing and almost crying. And sometimes I did cry just because I couldn't get the oxygen fast enough. Now we go on to going to see doctors. So finally I'm about 16, 17 at this point, and we're going to go see doctors to have them look at my nose to see if I can get my nose fixed. Went to several doctors, and they all said the same thing, that my nose wasn't deviated enough to have the insurance cover it. And the insurance didn't want to cover it because it had been 8 years ago, and they're like, oh well, Paying for a full rhinoseptoplasty is very expensive, plus the anesthesia, hospital fees, whatnot, and it's a very pricey surgery. Well, my stepdad is an anesthesiologist, and he happens to work with a lot of doctors, and he knew a doctor, and his name is Dr. Jung, and went to go visit him. He looked at my nose and basically told me, what don't you like about your nose, and I'm gonna fix it. Well, if you don't want a rhinoseptoplasty, or if you're not into that kind of thing, that's not anything I ever looked at. I never looked at someone's nose and was like, I want that nose. That's just not something you think of. And basically all I told him is, I want a nose that looks natural, that I can breathe out of. I want it to look like how my nose would have looked like had I not broke it when I was 8 years old. And basically that's what he did for me. I didn't want some cute little pixie model nose. I didn't want that, because I didn't want it to look like that I just went and got a nose job. I just wanted my nose straightened out, and I wanted to be able to breathe out of it. So I wanted functionality and a good looking nose. Well, thankfully I got both. Now I can breathe, and I love the way it turned out. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw in some pictures for you guys to see. Now, disclaimer, I know in the first picture I'm not wearing any makeup or anything, but I didn't know that I was gonna be actually wanting to post this video Now if you guys want to look real quick, you can notice that the nose is a little bit more rounder than it was before, but of course this could be due to swelling and whatnot. We won't know the official look for a year from now, but it's just flatter, it's softer to the touch. I can now go in with a contouring brush and actually contour my nose even though I don't really need to. I like to contour my face though, you know, summer face, instant diet right there. And it's just overall, I just feel so much prettier. I feel like I can get dressed and look beautiful in pictures, and I feel like once I get my braces off, I can actually pursue going and doing modeling and stuff that I couldn't do before. So basically that's just a little bit about my story on why I got it done. I'm very happy with the outcome, and I'm so thankful for Dr. Jung and all the people that work there. They are so nice, and it is just such a great place to go to. So if you are in the Houston area and you are looking to get a rhinoseptoplasty, definitely go have a consultation with him and, you know, hopefully like him too. Next, on to the actual questions you guys were asking me whatnot. First off, how much did it cost? Now, I'm not going to tell you how much my procedure actually cost because first off, I don't know. That was between my parents and Dr. Jung. So I'm not going to lie to you and make up some big number. I looked up online though, an average cost for a rhinoplasty is about $7,000. An average cost for a septoplasty, I didn't look that up so I can't tell you. And then also you have to pay for your anesthesia fees and the hospital fees. I address a comment that a girl made about my parents having oodles of money to spend on me to get my nose fixed because there was nothing wrong with my nose before. Obviously, I wouldn't just go out and get a nose job for fun. Woohoo, yeah, let me go have someone break my nose and be all bruised up over spring break. Sounds like a blast, guys. Another question I got was the overall pain. Now, I mentioned this before in one of my vlog videos that there was really not much pain to it. I mean, I really don't recall ever being in pain. Vicodin can be addictive, so that's why I wanted to hurry and just get off it, and if I really needed medication, take Tylenol. But the kind of person I am, I really don't like taking medication. I feel like that you should just let your body, you know, handle itself. Eating healthy, sleeping, exercising, that should help you take care of yourself. Another question was the best side and I guess the worst side of getting a rhinoplasty. Obviously the best side is now I can breathe. I feel like I can run and work so much harder now. I've really gotten into working out recently because suddenly I can breathe through my nose and learn to do things the proper way. And so I'm going to start running more. I haven't really run for the past 2 months actually, but I have been doing weights and I'm really getting into yoga. So I'm trying to build up my strength and just start getting overall becoming a healthier person. I feel like because I got this surgery that it's really helped kind of change my life almost to where I'm no longer being self-conscious and being like, oh no, I'm the, you know, the girl who I can't do it now, I can't do it, and now I can do it. Of course, there are the bad problems of getting a rhinoplasty, such as after you get your surgery done, you have your blood dripping, so you have to wear like a little mask thing for about a day or two. That's not the bad part. The bad part is the blood drips down your throat and you're swallowing it, you gotta spit it out, and you're getting like the little coffee grossness. It's just, that is really, really gross. The next part is sleeping. Because you can't breathe through your nose, you have to breathe through your mouth while you sleep. First off, that sucks in general, but your throat gets so incredibly dried out that you wake up 3 or 4 times a night. Just easily, just boom, 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 and you wake up just wanting water, needing water, craving water. So I always had a water bottle right next to me. I was getting headaches when I was in loud areas for a while. I think it's just part of it, the recovery and everything. Loud areas like the mall, or went to a game, or just being on long car trips, just like doing things that a normal daily routine was just giving me headaches. And I think that's just because I'm kind of an active person, very hyperactive. I talk a lot, I move a lot. So if you are more calmer, you'll probably be a little bit different. Basically, those were the worst things about it. It's just the sleeping, the bloody throat, and whatnot. Now I'm going to go into basic needs after getting your surgery. After getting your surgery, things you will need on your bedside and whatnot. I had a little bucket that I could spit up the gross coffee phlegmy stuff that's all blood and gross. Like I can't stand the taste of blood. So have a little bucket, you know, that you can spit into. Mine had little tissues in it so that I could just kind of not be all gross if it dries or something. Bottled water or water and straws, because when you're sleeping you wake up through the night and you need a sip of something. I had a bottle of water and a straw in it. Just take a bunch of gulps of water and then try to go back to sleep as soon as I could because I was waking up so often during the night. You need to make sure that you have your little Q-tips and your it's not rubbing alcohol, your Q-tips and your hydrogen peroxide to keep your sutures clean, because if you don't keep them clean, when they go to pull them out, it's really gonna hurt. Thankfully, I'm already kind of a clean freak, so what I did is I gently, with a little pair of tweezers, gently pulled the dry blood off the sutures. I did that every single day until I got them removed. I would just take the blood out, because then when I went to get them removed, there was no blood on them, and when she pulled them out, it was a slight sting, but nothing even, no pain at all. That was probably the most painful thing out of the whole experience. And I probably just like squinched my eyes really tight. And so very, very important that you keep your sutures clean. If you can, make it over like a spring break like I did, or over summer break or something, so you have time where you can just relax. If you work, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I guess just make sure that you try to get as much sleep as you can by having your basic needs like water and whatnot. And also, right after surgery, make sure you just have like soup or something, because you won't be able to taste a thing. So, great time to go on a liquid diet. No, I'm just kidding. Make sure you get really nutritious things though. So like in the morning, have like a smoothie. Like I have my veggie smoothie, so you're getting your vegetables and stuff. Great time to start doing it anyway, since you can't taste a thing. So you might as well just chock that full of every vegetable you can think of, and just use it as to get lots of vegetables, soups, whatnot, to keep your hydration going, because your body is trying to recover and needs as much nutrients as you can get. I am so pleased with my nose that I would go back again anytime. My surgery went great, everything went great, no pain. I was very confident once I got there. The nurse was very soothing, even though I was crying. Like, I got in there, I was sitting in the bed, and the nurse was just so helpful. She was sitting there, and I hate needles. Blood test, anything, needles are awful. And when they put the little needle thing in my hand, I was crying. I was just like, and she's like, oh, are you scared? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, and I was trying to be strong and everything, and she was just telling me, and she was making me laugh, and they were being silly and whatnot. And it was just an overall a great experience. And I'm so glad this is how I spent my first surgery, so that if I ever have to get surgery on anything else, like sick-wise, I hope not, let's pray not, knock on wood. If I do, then I feel more confident now and hope that I have the same kind of atmosphere as I did here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe. And if you like this video or you know someone that's looking to get a rhinoplasty, share them this video so that they can know the experience I went through, because I feel like I'm one of the best candidates to have had this surgery, because I actually needed it and I wanted it at the same time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!